Hey, how's your podcast doing so far? Let's find out together.
Playing the Misfit Heroes Podcast.
Misfits, I'm ashamed of what inspires this episode. If you've started a podcast, undoubtedly at some point you'll want to know how your podcast is performing. And for that, we'll want to look at your analytics. Now, one of the biggest players in the podcast industry is Spotify. And much like my parents have told me time and time again, I'm very disappointed in them. Spotify bought out podcast provider Anchor.fm a while back, and as soon as it happened, I saw the writing on the wall. Nearly immediately, they sent out an email about the Anchor.fm service saying the service was going to be sunset, and that the new platform would become Spotify for podcasters, with new features like video podcasting that would only work on Spotify. At the time, big podcasts such as the Joe Rogan Experience, Armchair Expert, Caller Daddy, and Science Versus became Spotify exclusives. And the rush towards video podcasting made the medium a reality for smaller and more independent podcasts. But those of us that could see the forest for the trees realized that an industry-leading major corporation purchasing one of the largest independent podcast hosting sites would inevitably only benefit the corporation in the end. And, lo and behold, in their recent update to the Spotify for Podcasters platform, they have rendered their service nearly unusable. Now, why would they want to do that? It's not like they own a larger, more expensive platform that caters to a more celebrity, big budget-focused podcasting company. More on that later. So, that was then. What about now? Well, imagine my surprise when I received this email about the closure of analytics platform Chartable. It seems Spotify purchased them as well, and lo and behold, you might have guessed this already, they are soon being sunset as well. It seems Spotify cares so much about their users that they'd like to get rid of them entirely. But that's not what this episode is about. Let's get back to how this affects you. Before we talk about analytics, let's discuss why you'll want to track your progress in the first place. The first reason that comes to mind is monetization. Whether you want to sell ads on your podcast or you want to realize sponsorship benefits, the people that will inevitably end up giving you money will want to know what they are receiving for that money that they give you, in the form of where your show is listened to, demographics of who is listening to your show, what popular topics your show is covering, and so on and so forth. Using your analytics to see key performance indicators demonstrates to potential business partners that you know what you're doing and that you're a good potential fit for their consumers. After all, you've got to prove your work. Your source can't just be, "Trust me, bro." Now, if you've never looked for a way to track your podcast listens and downloads, here are some things to look out for. There's actually a certifiable way to demonstrate your podcast statistics, and that is called the IAB standard. Any podcast host worth their weight in gold will be IAB certified, which is a way of standardizing and making publicly available your true listening stats. Finding things about the age range of your listeners and where they're coming from will also allow you to discover and target what your listeners want to hear about and why people like to listen to you in the first place. I mean, it's probably because you're great, but there's got to be other reasons, right? Right? Now, back to Chartable. In the email, Spotify says that users of Chartable will be able to continue using the service until it inevitably disappears December 12th, 2024. And a Smart Links feature will be continuing on in Spotify's big boy platform, Megaphone. So, if you're already a Megaphone user, don't worry. You don't have to do squat. They're just using the same information from Chartable. But let's be real. If you're already at a level to be using Megaphone, you're probably not worried about a little tool like Chartable anyway. I guess the point that I'm making is that all the Chartable sunsetting is doing is just going to be making it harder for smaller beginner podcasters to be able to grow and succeed on their own. It's making an industry leader proprietary and attempting to push the podcast industry as a whole to a software as a service or SaaS model. I'm not salty, I promise. It's just bad for the podcast industry, in my opinion. That's all. I mean, aren't you tired of everything being a subscription? Also, not everyone is or wants to be mainstream. That's the fun part of podcasts, in my opinion. Finding smaller, real creators that are distinguishable and identifiable and genuine. Maybe that's just me. Also, hail corporate. So, what are your options? Well, if you currently use Megaphone, obviously do nothing. I mean, let's be real. Megaphone users probably weren't worried about Chartable anyway. If you want to find an alternative platform for analytics, you'll need to migrate from Chartable to another analytics platform, and that will require some changes to your podcast RSS feed in order to avoid, and I'm quoting this from the email from Spotify here, risking episode playback issues or other disruptions to your podcast or data. Yeah, that's not ominous or concerning in any way, and totally better serving your customers. Again, I'm not salty, I guess I'm salty. Anywho, so let's do what they say and follow their instructions for removing Chartable's trackable RSS feed prefix. That's the part that will break your podcast RSS when they inevitably take it away. Then, we'll remove the smart links that you previously posted anywhere, like social media, physical mediums like QR codes, paid marketing campaigns, audio ads with call to actions if you marketed your podcast on other podcasts, for example. Basically, anywhere you use Chartable smart links on the internet. And then finally, if you're a Chartable Smart Feeds user, update your podcast RSS URL in the various podcast directories with the RSS feed provided by your hosting provider. There, that doesn't seem like a lot of work at all. Definitely not time consuming. Okay, no more salt. This is officially a low sodium podcast. So, here's how we do it. First, removing the Chartable podcast prefix. It sounds a lot harder than it actually is, but unfortunately, this process varies from podcast host to podcast host, so I can't show you in one video how to do that in your own specific provider's platform. But I have conveniently linked the article detailing all the Spotify options for removing the prefix in the description and show notes down below. Now, it's important to note, many of the podcast hosting companies will do this for you automatically just by emailing them. Or, if not, there's usually a simple way to do it yourself on the podcast provider's webpage internally under the Settings tab. So, now that we removed the prefix, if you're a SmartLinks user, you'll want to back up and export any historical reports and data you've been tracking about your podcast. And then, you'll want to remove and delete any SmartLinks that you've created from the past. Anywhere. On the internet. Or as I'm sure we'll inevitably see, these will just be a bunch of dead links on the internet because no one in their right mind would take the time to go through all this work just to do that for them. Now that you've gone through that super awesome experience of Spotify totally helping their users, nope, that was salty again, tone it back like hospital taco night. Now that we've finished our Chartable transfer, let's find an alternative, to which there are plenty better options out there. Here are the best options for analytics platforms in my opinion. First, many podcast providers give you this data themselves, which is one of my favorite reasons for if you're going to pay for a podcast provider. The best analytics I've found at paid providers are at Buzzsprout and Blueberry. So, if you're already hosting at one of those places, I'd stick with them. Both of these companies also offer top-notch support and service. Highly recommend them for paid service providers. But you freebie finders out there in the podcasting world have great options too. Just remember, what happened to Chartable can and will happen again elsewhere. You know, in the name of corporate competition. Hail corporate! My favorite free podcast analytics platform post-Chartable takeover is PODTRAC. It's free, of course. Come on, we're talking about me here. But it's also super feature-rich. Not only is PODTRAC IAB certified, but it also tracks your podcast across platforms, so you can see exactly where people are listening. PODTRAC also is device specific, so you'll know whether someone is on iOS or Android, a smart speaker like Alexa or Google Home, a desktop PC or Mac, whatever the device, you can tweak your settings and content for maximum reach. PODTRAC also uses advertiser-specific metrics, not just vanity numbers. Things like unique monthly listeners and global podcast ranking make it easier to pitch to potential sponsors. The long and the short of it is PODTRAC lets you see what is working and what isn't. If a certain episode is performing better than others, you'll be able to see why, and they'll help you replicate that success. And setup is simple. You simply create an account, add your podcast, and then start digging into your data and analyzing what makes your podcast tick. So, We've now seen how important podcast analytics are and why they're a good measure to judge how well your podcast is performing and reaching people. But let me leave you with this thought. If you're not ready to deep think about how good or bad your podcast is doing, don't be too quick to dive into your analytics. The ire of all creation is that it's easy to be your own critic and go into analysis paralysis. My point is, even though all this data is readily available to you as a podcaster, and I mean this especially if you're a solo podcaster doing all the work yourself, don't overthink the numbers. It's so easy to fall into the numbers trap and start comparing yourself to ginormous creators out there and just devalue yourself because of comparison. If I can give you one piece of advice, check your stats, think about it for a little while, and then keep on trucking. Don't overthink it. Consistency is more important than ranking. And I'll leave you there. That's my take on podcast analytics. If this video helped you at all in the slightest, do me a favor and give that like and subscribe button a smooch. And please be sure to leave a rating or review of the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts. And as always, if you do nothing else in this big wide world today, let it be this. Be kind, love one another, and be a hero.